We're gonna get into some great things.
Hip hop, that's right. We bringing you 50 plus. That golden era.
50 plus, 50 plus.
Only platform, the only platform, the only podcast, the only
50 plus show
that's catered towards people who come from a background.
50 plus show.
Right, we bringing you 50 plus, 50 plus.
Peace. Welcome back to the 50 Plus Show. You got Intelligent the Rap Griot.
Yeah, and I go by the name of Bees P. We represent Rich Mode Music. Let's get it.
Let's get it, man. Get it. So, over the weekend, last week, it's been a lot of things going on.
Yeah.
Man. So, I guess, we got to deal with the elephant in the room. Even though the elephant been dealt with so damn much, it's just lingering. The elephant's still hanging around.
Yeah, but they ain't get it from the 50 plus perspective. So that's what we here for. We here to put some wisdom to it, right along with a little bit of drama and the foolery, but definitely give a oversight from the 50 plus perspective. So Jay-Z, you know what I mean? Jigga Man, you know what I mean? He does a concert respectfully and honoring him at the stature that he's at, and seldom, rarely, if ever, make an appearance or come out to do anything. Mm-hmm. And he chose to do it at the Roots Picnic. I think that would be I think that's a good thing for him to do that. That was so first and foremost, I wanted to start out by saying that. You know what I mean? I thought that was dope of him to come do something like that for the Roots,
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely. It was dope. I think Jay kind of got some ties to Philly, man. I just know Philly and NY, when it come to MCing, they always seem to be, I don't want to say a kinship, but Philly got a lot of spitters, man. And New York is known for real spitters. And so I think there's a closeness there. So and I know Jay messed with the Roots heavy. So yeah, but one of the things I thought was dope though, we actually got to see outside of him, letting off shots at damn near everybody in the industry, we got to see him kind of reconvene with most of state property. So I think that was big. Although I think you was telling me off camera that had happened before.
Yeah.
But I think this kind of put it on a bigger scale. So I mean, definitely, especially what went down in terms of him just making his appearance after so much time being in the cut. So I thought that was dope, man. Just to see them.
Well, and like I said, again, it was dope for him to do that. It was expected. Like, I think most people expected that he would bring out state property, being in Philadelphia, and it being the Roots Picnic. That's what that he would do. I think it was kind of crazy that they wasn't on the bill in general.
So they wasn't. He just.
I don't think that they was on the bill. I think that he brought them out, which could have been a part of the whole plan. You know what I mean? Anyway, because if they were on the bill, it would have took away some of the nostalgia feeling about it. Which I don't even know if that was. Like I said, seeing them walk out, it was expected. I do believe that if he doesn't do anything else with them, and which he doesn't have to. You know what I mean? Everybody is grown and in their space and in their places in their lives, family, children, things of that nature. They got their careers. However, they still work together. Petey Crack, Beanie Siegel, Freeway, the Young Gunners, they all still representing Rockefeller to a degree. You know what I mean? Because that was the foundation of their career. So if you're gonna use them in a moment like that, it benefited them. You know what I mean? It definitely benefited them. If they take that moment and capitalize off of it going forward, like that. I think I heard Memphis Bleak speaking, and they're gonna do a put together album, and they're gonna start doing some records. So you captivate on you capitalize on the moment, cool. But then I heard different things in there where you could see that there wasn't no chemistry between Jay-Z and them. It really was a state property show. You know what I mean? Because Jay-Z not really being around them for so long, it was more beneficial for him to bring them out to make him look, that much more appealing in the eyes of hip hop fans and things of that nature. To do something like that, we look at it like that. But then at the same time, you look at it as he capitalized on the moment, and he kind of like used them for what he needed from them, and then it's back to never speaking to him again. You know what I mean? And me being the man that I am, you know, if I'm making bread, I just can't let no nigga do me like that. Like, if I know you don't really rock with me like that, I don't need that moment. You know what I mean? You ain't finna change my current situation. You got Beanie Siegel, he doing what he doing with the restaurant and he got a food truck and things of that nature. Are you about to come in and do anything that's going to change my present day situation? And if it ain't gonna be that, and I'm just looking at it like that. You a billionaire, and we come up together. You put me on, yes. You gave me my name, gave me a career, a platform. I'm appreciative of all of that, And in my life, I didn't capitalize or it didn't manifest itself to be what it did for you. I'm not, I still salute you for that, but at the same time, I don't know if we ain't talking. You know what I mean, we not a click no more, and we ain't even got no type of connection. I don't know if you can just hit me up like that and be like, yo, come do this, because can I hit you? Now, if I can't hit you and tell you to come do something for me, then no, we can't do. I ain't pulling up. Not me. You know what I mean? Like if it's reciprocated, meaning because I'm sure Jay's people made the call to them. It ain't like they hit Jay-Z up and like, yo, can we jump on this show with you at the Roots Picnic? Nah, it was orchestrated. I'm sure Jay-Z had control over it and told them, we gonna get them on this show. If I can't,
sure, or you think that?
I would believe that because it's Jay-Z. So I don't think nobody can just put themselves in his.
You know what I think? My speculating, pure speculation, right? We don't know what's going on, but I think that came about through the Roots somehow. I would think that, this is pure speculation, I would think that they really wanted to pump some real Philly shit. And they probably told Jay, like, yo, come on, man. Do the fucking right thing. And, they somehow was one of them was the intermediary between probably State Property and
well, he
Jay.
Still has a relationship with Freeway.
Yeah. Oh, you do?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, like that. He still, got some type of a love and kindredship with Freeway, because you'll see them Freeway and at Rock Nation certain things taking pictures with Jay-Z.
I didn't know that.
At certain times, I've seen him put it up on his Instagram and stuff like that. So he's been in contact with Jay to a degree. And then you got Memphis Bleek, who definitely is in. So if anything, I would have looked at it as Memphis Bleek more of the what you're saying, like as the person that was the middle. But I'm just saying, even with that, if it take a middleman to get you to call me, and we once was rocking together and we was calling ourselves family and everything, but then I go do that for you. But if I need you and I call Bleak up or the Roots, they gonna be like, man, I can't get that. Jay-Z ain't finna come do that shit for you, man. Don't even, So
yo, it's funny you say that, because I heard Bleak. I'm gonna say Bleak. I'm gonna say Nori. It's weird how they look at Hov, man. They like they be scared to talk. Like, yo, I can't ask the big. I'm gonna ask the big homie that, man.
Yeah,
man, like Hov. I like Hov, man, but I like him as an artist, man. I don't know none of these dudes personally, so I ain't no fan of none of them personally. But he's a man, man. You can ask him. If he gonna fucking do it or not.
If he gonna do it or not. And
so, but I've heard someone talk like that. Like
I heard him.
I heard different comments, man. I know Nori in particular,
and
Bleak, man.
Yeah, they speak on this dude like, and I've been in those settings. I've been, I've had
opportunity. Talk about that, man. You got experience with these type of dudes, man.
I probably seen, just keeping it 100. I probably signed for a bigger deal than any one of them from State Property.
Yeah.
So I signed my deal with Universal Records, a $425,000 record deal, and I got a $400,000 publishing deal that they gave me half of the money up front. So I don't know too many people that got a record deal like what I got. Even with us not coming out, I still got money. I got my signing bonus of $60,000. Immediately, I was placed in a movie on a movie set with Harrison Ford. I'm talking about before I even signed my deal, they flew me out to California. Me and my partner put us into Hollywood, put us in the movie with Harrison Ford, Josh Hartnett, Isaiah Washington, Gladys Knight was in the movie Master P. Corrupt. It's called Hollywood Homicide. They took our part out of the movie, but they kept our song in the movie in one of the most pivotal points of the movie. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So with Josh Hartnett leaving the police station, jumped in his drop top, put it down, turned it on, and it was my record. You know what I mean? So
quick, not to cut your wisdom, but so the placement in there as having a role in there was based on you being on the soundtrack. So they kind of like segued y'all in based on that.
On that way, yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
And so my point in saying all of this is me dealing with Scott Storch, me seeing how the music industry goes, and then actually getting to be able to climb up there and sit in rooms with certain people. It is a use you industry, and that's fine because we all here to get used. It's really the intent behind the usage. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's what makes something evil or good. You know what I mean? It's the intent behind it. So we all here to be manipulation. People look at manipulation as a bad word. Manipulation is not a bad word at all. You can manipulate somebody not to jump off of a building and kill themselves. It's like I said, it's the intent behind the word. So
be misused. We don't want to be misused.
We don't want to be misused. Yeah. So when I look at it like that, and I'm thinking, like you look at this person such as like all of those record execs, you know what I mean? From the Jimmy Iovine's to the Lear Cohens, to all of them, you look, you know, these people hold your dream in their hands.
Yeah.
So even taking it to Hov, he holds their dreams in his hand. He held their dreams in his hands. And even with what he's doing behind the scene with people like Nori or Memphis Bleak, they know that he's a gatekeeper. You know what I mean? You can step out of line and do something, and all what you've been receiving can get shut down just like that. Even down with certain cats like Fat Joe. People know who to say something about and who not to say something about. I've seen it myself. So my point again is if it's not reciprocal, I'm not doing it. Like if you get on the phone and you call me up, I mean, and you're like, yo, Bees, or and I'm representing Steak, come get on this show. They gladly are gonna do it. You know what I mean? I just want to be around Hov. I just want to be, and I don't hold no man to no esteem like that, like to where though if it ain't reciprocated and I can't get on the phone and call you up and get you to do something that I need you to do, then nah. I mean, I ain't built like that. Like, it's not that deep with me. You know what I mean? I don't need the money like that, and I don't need the attention to where as though if it ain't something reciprocated and I can't get at you like that, then nah. I mean, I don't need that moment. You know what I'm saying? I don't need that moment. Like, it's nothing personal. It ain't even nothing personal. I just don't need it.
A lot of times, like you said, you don't need the money. Like, sometimes it ain't even the money. These dudes just want to be.
I said the moment.
Yeah, that's what
I don't need the moment.
They just want to make a moment. I'm like, yo, like I can understand from a business perspective if you say, all right, that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. But these dudes, the money, they just want to be around Hov. I think a lot of these dudes. But one person I like that kind of had that level of integrity and was like, yo, like different than me, was Cam. When Cam talks about the story on how he took whole verse off the song.
So I listened to it and I was like, erase that shit. You did the shit to me.
And that was huge for him to do that at that moment.
Because that would, that would definitely benefit him.
Yeah, that would took him straight up out of there.
Yeah, but you got to, we all men, man. I don't care who you are, man.
And in that industry will make you lose your manhood. Like, it literally will. You'll find yourself being subjected to all different types of powers and different types of mentalities and attitudes from different people. And then next thing you know, you're a puppet on a string. And it's really like that because you done went to a certain level of notoriety. So then, but the money didn't follow the notoriety. So now you famous, but you ain't got no paper like that. So now you chasing the fame.
Yeah.
You chasing the fame to get the paper so you can be Adrian Broner. Look at him right now with the whole thing. You know what I mean? You're streaming and everything. You chasing it. You got famous. Everywhere you go, everybody know you, but you ain't got no money. And you had money, but now you ain't got no money. So now you chasing the fame.
Yeah.
Now, good thing that, something happened for him and now he's getting some money, but same mentality, same outcome.
Yeah.
And that's going to be the case with anybody. I don't care who you are. If you got the same mentality when you had it and you lost it and you got it again, if you got the same mentality, it's going to go the same way as it went the first time. So for me, and looking at them dudes, man, over there, State Property, I salute them. You know what I mean? I got a respect for each one of them as an artist. At the same time, how you conduct your business, how you conduct your business. Me personally, I just wouldn't do it. You ain't finna trick me out of the bag twice. That ain't going down like that. You know
Twice,
what I mean?
right?
Yeah, not 2 times. So,
Yeah.
and then the freestyle and all of that. What you thought about his freestyle? The whole.
Yeah. So we had a conversation about the freestyle. I thought the freestyle was dope. I know you said you wasn't too impressed with it. I thought it was a witty. A lot of obviously a lot of references to different stuff, but the idea, though, what I told you, I really did like about it was the fact that although he didn't name but one name, I believe, which was Jaguar, you knew clearly who he was talking about. And I looked at it as, and more I thought about it after we spoke again yesterday, I think Hove is kind of baiting people. I think he got something else in the cut that he might just release in that next show. I don't know if he's going to hold off on it, but I think, because he knows what's going to happen as a result of that. I mean, he understands this shit, although he don't really play social media like that. He knows what's going on. But I don't really think too many people is going to jump in a booth and say nothing, which is interesting too. We in an era now, man, where it's like, and that's the part I hate, man. And 50, he contributes to a lot of this, man, by just the antics and stuff online, man. Let's get to the bars, man. Well, that's what we're here for, man. That's what I kind of liked about the whole, be it, it was the best bars from him or not. He just got to the bars, man.
Got to the bar. I definitely respect that. Yeah, because 50, when Jim Jones and all them came with them freestyles, that came at him, you putting up memes and shit like that. Man. That shit wasn't, you know what I mean? Like that wasn't, that wasn't, that didn't hit to me. You know what I mean? Like if you got a lot to say, then say it in the way that you started your career with saying it. You was in the booth doing all of that. Don't let it go. Don't lose the essence of what got you there because you're making money in different avenues and different verticals. And that's cool. Ain't absolutely nothing wrong with that. I salute that. However, this is hip hop, man. It don't never stop. So that part of it with Jay-Z, even though he, went on the GQ episode and said, it's a time for the beefing in hip hop to start. And then now you out there beefing, you know what I mean? Like that was, bit crazy, you know what I mean? You sat on there and said all that with the young boy sitting in front of you. Now you on stage, you been, you chopping, you beefing basically. Because if somebody come back and respond to you, now what you gonna do about it? Are you gonna not say nothing? So Drake is the perfect person to, if I was Drake, I would seize this moment and I'd go at Jay-Z.
Yeah.
Because
I don't think he's gonna do it.
Because you just got, Jay-Z chose Kendrick Lamar to be in the Super Bowl at the height of his dissing with you. So you got grounds to start a beef with. I mean, not to start it, but then he went on the roots. So he did that to you, put Kendrick Lamar on there at that time to give him that platform to just totally bring you down. Then he go on the Roots picnic and dish you. So Drake, this is your opportunity to take advantage of this moment. You want to get some type of I don't even gonna say street cred, hip hop cred back. Then this is your moment. Go at Hove. Go get you some good writers. You know what I mean? Because you know how you do. Go get you some great writers. Get you a nice little joint and go at Hove like you did with Meek Mills with the what was it 30? What was the joint called?
I don't even remember.
That 30 for 30, some shit he did where he went at Meek Mill and he had the boy Quentin Miller was the one who wrote it, from my understanding. But anyway, this is your opportunity, Drake. So go ahead, get Hove out of the, you know what I'm saying, off that rocking chair, off that sofa couch, and let him get on out here and follow up with all of the dissing that he did. You know what I mean? Because I believe if Tory Lanez was out, and he was available.
I think Tory would answer.
He'd say something. And like I said, that's another young boy I love. I like Tory Lanez too.
But I think Drake at this position, especially after all he just went through, I don't think Drake going to anybody, especially not Hove. I don't think he wants to risk the potential of taking another L.
Well, then he just dissed some people on this new album. He just dissed about 4 or 5 new people on this album.
And I'm saying he dissed Hov, right? He dissed Hov.
Did he?
But he dissed Hov.
Okay.
Yeah, he started. That's why Hov answered it.
Oh, yeah? Okay.
I think he put that out there, and he's just going to leave that. He's not going. I don't think he's going back and forth with nobody no more.
Jay.
Drake. Drake, no time soon.
Well, this is an opportunity for him to do it. Yeah, I mean, this is the perfect, and it's the biggest. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So if you go, Rick Ross, you did your thing, but this is Jay-Z. So this is it. If I was, that's the essence of hip hop. It's gone. Like Drake, you're supposed to be in the studio right now.
Yeah.
A week later, you supposed to write back. You know what I'm saying? Like how Cam and was doing with how they was back to back on the mixtapes and Nas, back to back. They back and back. You know what I mean? Like that's it. This is where if it's a young man's sport or not. Because just because you 50 plus, that don't mean that, your pen game is supposed to be sharper. Your mind is supposed to be sharp. I definitely believe that Jay-Z is prepared to get at anybody. You know what I mean? Lyrically, because you look where you at with your wisdom, and you know what I mean, and your ability. Like I said, I felt like the reason why I said I didn't really take to it as much because I felt like he should have been more direct. You know what I mean? Let's not play around with all the subliminals, man. And even if you're gonna even if you're gonna come with a bar that's a subliminal, follow it up and kill it with the punchline. You know what I mean? Far as you mentioning the person's name, like you mentioned Jaguar, right? Out of all the people you dish, you mentioned a woman.
Yeah.
You ain't mention a man, you mentioned a woman. Out of all the people that you diss, you only mentioned a woman. I felt that was kind of
lame. I'm gonna tell you this, right? I don't know, once again, I don't know what's in Hov's mind, but I think part of his strategy is to not mention you, right? And you know what thing I think he definitely took light of and was 50 Cent's told his story a couple of times. When Jay said, I'm about $1, what the fuck is 50 Cent on volume 3? He said, man, my stock went up. He said, just from Hov saying that. I think Hov knows stuff like that. He like, I'm gonna disrespect you, but I'm not even gonna dignify you. I'm not gonna put your name out there.
So you think I think he thinks specifically like that. So he lightweight. If Jaguar she could take advantage of this moment.
Yeah, but I mean, she's not no artist, right?
But I'm talking about, but she's a podcaster, but to a degree. So she's on all of it. She could take advantage of me personally. I would clip that. Mm-hmm. Question, I don't even know why, you introduced me to Jaguar. I don't know why you fuck with me no more. Every time fuck with you no more, I'll be using that. I would clip that, and every time I do a thing, I tell everybody, run that. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah, why not? You know what I mean? Because that's the era that we in right now.
That's what it's come down to.
So, and then you got a woman like her, she always, she don't bite her tongue for nothing, man. You know what I mean? So that was just me. That was the only thing that I loved, the fact that he did it, the freestyle, all of that. I just wanted him to be more direct. You know what I mean? Yeah. Say these people. It gives him that much more of a, like he did when he did the takeover. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm saying I don't think he's really said no names since back then, that era. Yeah, he ain't saying no more names.
Well, that was my only take from it. I enjoyed it. Woody, rather not his, the dreads was real or is the afro real and all that? Like all of that, I don't give a damn about his hairstyle and all that kind of stuff. I think he came out and he wanted to have a shock factor with it, and that's what he did because everybody talking about it. Rather he looked like Eazy-E or Bone Thugs and Harmony. Yeah, he did what he wanted to do. I'm sure when he knew when he came out with that hairstyle, everybody was going to be talking about it. So he achieved what he set out to do with it. And that's what it's about, man.
What do you think about some of the other artists that perform? You had Bilal there.
Oh, yeah. I love the fact that they used Jasmine Sullivan and Bilal, and especially Bilal, man. I thought that was dope, letting him sing that No Church in the Wild, because that's one of my favorite joints by Jay-Z. More, in a more modern time. I love that record, you know what I mean? The build up, how it come on, I think it's an incredible record, incredible put together record too. Yeah. So I enjoyed all that, man. All in all, I was gonna go to that joint, but I didn't end up going. But I think the joint, the show that he's getting ready to do at Yankee Stadium, I'm interested to see, what he's gonna do to top all of this. algorithm he's in at this moment, because what he did. And I'm glad he did it because with the Roots picnic, so it definitely shines light on their picnic even more. I'm sure the one next year is going to be just as, it's always been successful, but when you get something like this to just highlight your event, I think that's dope, and it's going to be beneficial to them next year as well. But I want to see what he do at this
in New York
Yankee Stadium, man. Are you going to bring out state property?
Yeah.
Or did you just use them for,
Yeah,
you don't think everybody in New York don't want to see Beanie Siegel and Petey Crack and all them hit the stage with you? Like they want that opportunity?
I think if he bring out somebody, it's going to be somebody from New York. I don't think he's going to bring out much people. I think he's going to try to do this on his own pretty much. But given that he's commemorating Reasonable Doubt, and I forget what the other one, but he probably is going to maybe bring some people out that was on the album. Like he might bring Mary out, Can't Knock the Hustle.
Something just came to my mind, man. They showed something just hit me just now.
What's that?
Kanye. So Kanye is taking the world over.
Oh yeah.
Outdoing Jay-Z. Shout out to Kanye West, man. Ye. I love you, Ye, man. You know that I think what you're doing after so much backlash and criticism and even some of the unbalances of his mind state of certain things that he did, like coming out and speaking highly against the Jewish community, letting everybody know that the black people are we the real Jews, and all these things that he said, that he spoke of. And he took backlash for it, and then losing his companies and losing his endorsements and going down and his stock going down, and then for him to just warrior back to the position where he's at right now and champion for himself and never stop believing in himself. Like his mother was on him after I watched that documentary. And seeing the closeness of him and his mother. That's only to be admired. You know what I mean? Like, and then for him to champion himself back to the position where he's 118,000 fans at a show in Turkey. That's incredible. So now here's where we get back to that usage. So here's Jay-Z now. You got mad projects with Kanye West, with the songs and everything. So you bring out Kanye West at Yankee Stadium, and you try to patch things up. Kanye don't go for that.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen.
But that would be that would be the thing that would supersede. See what I'm saying? That's going to supersede everything that has just transpired at the Roots picnic. This is a month later, July. Kanye West is on top of the world, literally, and then you bring out literally, and then you bring out Kanye West, and y'all do. Otis, and y'all do niggas in Paris. If he does that and bring Kanye West out at Yankee Stadium in New York, he goes down as the king. Even over Kanye, because you sunned him.
Yeah.
Because if I was Kanye, you couldn't get you. I'm not doing that. Yeah. But if you somehow manipulate him,
just a month earlier,
and you get him to come out at Yankee Stadium where you cold, you the mastermind. You know what I mean? But I could see him doing that because that would be the next level of Jay-Z. You know what I mean? It makes it seem like you patching things back together. You know what I mean? So you're like mending broken relationships, and the ultimate would be to bring out Dame, and Dame do that dance on the stage. It's over. You know what I mean? He shut. If cats knew how to remove their emotions for a moment, and he bring out Dame Dash on that stage, if they whatever back behind the scenes, and he brought that's over. Everything is over. He shuts hip-hop down, everything gets shut down if he were to do something like that.
I could see him bringing out Cam, maybe.
Yeah, but that ain't nothing. That ain't nothing.
No, but I'm just saying, as somebody that...
No, I know that, Welcome to New York City.
I could see that.
Well, he brought Cam out, and they did Welcome to New York City. You know what I mean? So I'm talking...
you're talking about the crescendo,
something that
really kill it.
Yeah, people would just think, with him and Dame Dash, to reunite, or even him and Kanye at this moment. Them would be the two people that I think that if he did something like that with, it would even take over what just transpired last week with the whole Roots picnic thing. He destroyed the algorithm if he did something like that. So that was my thought. But shout out to Kanye West, man, and getting busy And, you know, you got a big show coming up in Tampa, I believe. Here in America, you got a show in Tampa. I might slide up to that one. All right, so here on 50 Plus, man, we like to take an artist, 50 Plus, and highlight them and showcase them each episode. And this episode is none other than Jadakiss.
J to the moi.
J to the moi. Right, man. We want to say in dealing with his consistency, his ability to stay relevant within the times, his ability to never fall off lyrically. I don't know if I've ever heard one verse from him that was subpar, let alone whack. His ability to keep himself youthful. You know what I mean? Yeah. And shouts out to Jadakiss for just having a birthday. I understand he turned 51. You know, we ain't gonna be like no women and not say our age now, that we ain't doing nothing like that. You know what I mean? You be proud to reach the age that you've reached. You take somebody like a Jadakiss and the way that he's been able to sustain in the music industry that was supposedly for the young. You know, he does his thing every time he steps out. And so, you know, when it come down to his rhymes, cadence, lyrical ability, his creativity, able to write a song and to still be relevant, you know, I want to, on this show, we definitely want to salute and highlight him. So what is your thought process when you think of an artist like Jadakiss?
Yeah, man. So Kiss, for one, he's an elite lyricist, you know, that's what I said. He's definitely an elite lyricist. One of the things about Kiss, it took me a while to really understand. I was like, yo, I kept listening to him. I was like, yo, his punchlines, everything, his voice, man, he got a cheat code with his voice, man.
Yeah.
His voice is so dope, man.
Yeah.
Man, when I put him on face-offs on Rap Grid, I know people just hear that damn voice. They don't want to hear nothing else. But he's a boss smith, man. His pen game is elite. And this is the thing that will prove to you, if you really think about it, how elite his bars is and his voice is. His flow never really changes.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's dope. That's right.
You know, some people you'll be like, oh, this dude flow the same every time, but they don't sound like nothing.
Right.
But Kiss is so nice, he don't really have to do nothing extra. He stay in the pocket that works with him, and he just give you bars, man. Kiss is dope.
That's a great point, because his flow don't change.
Yeah, it don't. But he is so nice. And that's what I'm saying. This is about lyrics at the end of the day, man. If you delivering them damn lyrics, man, that's all it take, man. But I love Kiss, man. You know, one of the things which was wild when I was locked up, Kiss used to have the wildest lines about prison. You would think Kiss did 20 lines, 20 years. Like, I remember when I first heard him, I was in Elmira Correction Facility, and he said, I'll bang you in the yard and slide off on the early go back. I'm that, y'all know that. Bang you in the yard, then slide off on the early go back. Man, me and dude, he was like, yo, how Kiss is coming up with this? You know, early go back is when you're in the prison yard, you be out there from 6 to 10, but they'll have an early go back like halfway through, so you can leave if you want. You ain't got to stay out. It's like, yo, how the hell Kiss know all of this stuff? His intricacies, man, when he talks about prison is crazy. He ain't get one kite, he got a diamond. His paperwork ain't right, he got to sign in. Man, just
and you know, could be
he paints a picture, man.
Could be just him keeping his ear open to the homies.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, and him being a studier and a researcher of his own environment and the people that he grew up with that's doing bids.
Yeah,
you know, that's an attribute to him to show that he really respects people, the brothers that went behind them bars, and he can be on the jack with them, and they letting them know what's going on. And then he being such a creative, he taking their life and speaking on it as a payback for them, to make them smile whenever they hear it. Like, I just told him that on the line. Rather he mention my name, but I know you can't know because he ain't in here. So he had to be a listener to somebody. Yeah, that's dope, man.
Yeah. Kisses, man. I love Kiss, man. I love the whole Locks, man. You know, they got a line. I forget what song it is. Who want it with me? Who want it with Sheik? Who want it with P? If I say so myself, it's a wonderful three. He say so myself, it's a wonderful three. Like, all of them together is just crazy. Early on, I really like Sheik early on.
Yeah,
I think people be sleeping on Sheik,
he was the favorite for me out of them.
Yeah, but the way he enunciated stuff, like, he just like a gorilla. So soft, you smushy. I blast till your shit is gushy. Should be the head cat in the Broadway play. You You know, that Silverback Gorilla, that film.
Yeah, he literally was the when they came out, Sheik was the one for me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He literally was. So, but now Jada, but they all three. You can't
go wrong.
Yeah, Styles P doing his thing. Big shout out to Styles P. Sheik is in his lane. They are the most solid group ever in hip hop, man.
Yeah.
You got to get that to them. They the most solid group in hip hop ever. To just never no reports of nothing between them three.
Yep.
And big shout out to Sheik and big shout out to Styles P, because Styles P feels like he the coldest on earth.
Yeah.
He'll tell you that.
Ghost.
Sheik Luch feel that way about himself too. Yeah. However, they understood that Jadakiss ended up standing out. He was the standout. And you didn't never see no jealousy, no talk behind that, no nothing. And you never seen Jadakiss, because that's how you divide and conquer and divide. Mm-hmm. Divide and conquer. You know what I mean? He didn't get no big head. He stayed solid with his brothers. He never. So that right there, I think if you're in a group and you want a model to look after when it comes down to how to sustain in such a devilish industry, to where though the goal is to divide and conquer, and but you can still sustain that and stay in that pocket with your brothers like that. Jadakiss is the model to follow, far as when they take one of the three or however many and try to excel them. And I got to give a big shout out to Wu-Tang. Because they did that with Method Man, even though that was RZA's plan to take Method Man to send him out there first, which is what, how they did it. But Method Man never, he always come back. He unite with his brothers. So shout out to them. But I still got to give it to the Locks for real.
Yeah, definitely, man. So shout out to Kips, man. Happy belated. Yeah, man. We waiting on something else, man. I used to love the mixtapes, man. The Champ is here. Or when the mixtape ever was heavy, man. Kiss was just delivering,
bringing it. I mean, like ridiculous. So that, and that's another thing. We're gonna make sure we speak about that on the next episode. The whole mixtape era. What it did for hip hop. How valuable is it today?
Mm-hmm.
Because do you hear any artists rapping over high, beats that are, let's just say like the top beats that's out right now? In that, even not in our space, but in the youth space. Do you know of any youth artists that are rapping over other cats' beats that are like, just say, take the top 10 hottest beats that's out right now, and then you rap over those beats? That doesn't have to pass. You know what I mean? That's something that is creative, and I would love to see one of the artists today doing that. I think I don't know if Tyler ever did it. I believe he did it for some reason. I'm thinking, I don't know if he did or not, but I think, what I'm saying, he's somebody that's dope that I think that can do that and get past with that too. I like the new cat.
I would still like to see somebody like Rome Streets do a project like that. He's nice.
What's his name?
Fit Rome Streets. He's nice. He got a nod from Nas. He told a story out when he met Nas, and Nas knew him and stuff. Yeah, he got like that energy, man. Rome Streets is nice. And he got kind of like the older 90s beats. So I could see him jumping on, just on some of the tracks and just bodying them.
That's like the little cat from Harlem. What's his name?
Fergie Baby?
Yeah.
Like
He's nice. He's nice. He's nice, man. I would love to hear him do that. See that's the advantage cats like him could take coming from New York and Harlem. He should do that. Rap over, even if he take
bunch of Dipset beats or something.
He
rapping Harlem heavy.
Yep. So if he did something like that, that would be dope. But we're gonna get into that on the next episode as well. But once again, man, we gonna leave y'all with hopefully that y'all watch this and enjoy it. We never gonna stop, man. We gonna continue to do this because you need some voices like ours to come and balance it out, show love, speak about hip hop in an esteemed way that's gonna continue to move the culture forward.
That's a fact, actual fact. Yeah, man. We here. We gonna always pay homage to those remind you that some of the people around you is the old people you thinking about. You know, everybody was looking at hip hop is young. Every time you look around, you think of a Jadakiss. You don't think of Jadakiss turning 51 just now.
Right.
You look at him like you said, man. Hip hop is preserving us. Dudes is eating right. You know, Jadakiss on them. They got juice bars open. They promoting healthy living, and you know they doing their thing, man. So that's what it's about, man. It's not about getting old and getting beat up, man. It's about taking care of yourself so you can be productive and spit bars and have families and do all that stuff, man, that hip-hop will afford you.
New York, a member of the rap group LOX, and co-owner of the Juices for Life Yonkers store.
We're gonna get into some great things. Hip hop, that's right. We bringing you 50 plus, that golden era. 50 plus, 50 plus. Only platform, the only platform, the only podcast, the only 50 plus show that's catered towards people who come from a background. 50 plus show. Right. We bringing you 50 plus.